public next. Come on. Well, I think we're live on YouTube. Yep, we are live on YouTube. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Just sorting out Instagram very quickly. Give me 2 moments. And you can't see anything that's happening on my screen. So just bear with me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Let's see if Instagram wants to play nicely. Casto Ware, welcome. Super Peachy, great to have you. Havonia, hello. Abhishek. Okay, go live. All right, we're live everywhere. We are live everywhere. Abhishek, great to have you. Scruff Z, welcome. Michaela, great to see you. Sals, appreciate you, my friend. Udula, or Udula, welcome. Raka, Prashant, Gabriel, Siren Rose, or Kyron Rose, or Siren Rose. I'm going to butcher names today, not by choice. It is just a fact of me. All right, so let's get the screen up and running. Yeah, the camera is following me. I love playing with this thing. I don't know if it's annoying. That's the only thing, because like as a viewer, because what I want to do is I want to show you guys some stuff today. So I've got a couple of camera setups, specifically on YouTube. Some stuff I've been working on over the last week. This week's been absolutely fucking nuts. We've got a whole little production going on here, so that'll be cool to show you. I'll let some more people sort of filter in. So today, I wanted to be super chilled, nothing too serious. The bloody second stream of the year. We'll do a little bit of work on this guy, but I would like to do some timed, what do we call them? Warm-ups. So I've been going deep into JDM cars, right? Like Japanese import cars. I've had this for probably coming on 17 years now, 18 years. I picked this up from my parents' house. Oh, if it wants to focus. Yesterday. So I've enjoyed Initial D a lot as a youth. So I've had a little bit of nostalgia stuff going on, so I was thinking maybe we don't do like JDM. Like I was actually finding let's have a look. I was thinking about just doing really simple, like something like this, just to get my eye in for like light and shadow and getting something looking real, like somewhat believable with really simple shapes. I reckon that could be kind of cool. Julia, welcome. Kiara, I'm using the DJI Pocket 3. Absolutely phenomenal. Not sponsored, but my DMs are open. Gabriel, Procreate stream, please. I've got that planned. Don't you worry, a lot of people have asked me that. So it is going to be coming down the pipeline. Got a lot bloody planned this year, I tell you what. So we'll get started maybe with a couple of warm-ups and we'll take some breaks and I'll show you what I've been working on over the last week. Let's have a squeeze. Layers. Let's just do a warm-up layer, right? And feel free to join along just with the reference that you see on screen. We're not going for perfection. You don't have to see every, like the exact right bloody saturation of everything. It is are what it is. All right, so I'm just getting myself sorted with my layers. I'm going to create a little bounding box. Tor Charlesworth, lying in bed watching this. I'm in England. Of all the last names, I would have, that sounds exceptionally English. Charlesworth. Zach, welcome. Can you make a video teaching how to create characters from scratch? The bodies, the head, the expressions, the hands, literally everything, please. All of that's planned, definitely. Little doodle devil. Welcome to the stream, my friend, the one that makes me giggle every time. All right, excuse me. So we've got our bounding box here, just something to put our paintings in. All right, I'm gonna make a clipping mask and we're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna get my head out of the way, there we are. So, just a little warm up, no pressure. Ori, I'm doing well. How you doing? How you doing? Duncan, second the Procreate request. Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, let's do, what do you reckon? Do we want to do timers or not? Let's just do like a rough timer. I don't think I need to, like, it's not like a challenge. It's just a little timer. Nothing to be afraid of. We'll do a little 15 minutes maybe. Throw that on the clock. I'll give everyone a minute to get ready, get prepared. Now, with this, it's literally a box with wheels. Okay, so I thought it'd be fun just to start with something super simple, just to get the juices flowing, you know. Sals, could you do a critique of your followers' work? I would really benefit from a critique right now. I've been thinking about that. It's just trying to figure out how I'd fit that into everything, but definitely. That's on the cards. Agent Psycho, oh my God, I made it to one of your streams over the past 3 or 4 months. I've been learning from you via live streams, just absorbing the content, and never thought I would actually make it to a live one. Bloody welcome. Welcome, Agent Psycho. It sounds like I'm insulting you, but I'm not. That's, you know, it's just your avatar name. All right. Let us, now I'm going to be using the Filthy plugin, shameless plug in. It's a plugin that myself and my good friend Francis Lee made, which will automatically fill in our shapes, because this is a very shapy sort of thingamabob, you know, so this is going to make it easier. You use whatever brush you want. This is literally just, I've chosen a brush essentially. The principles are all the same, okay? All right, let me get situated. Now let's, plan of attack. Background first, I reckon. I'm going to do the background first, then the car after, okay? We got 15 minutes on the clock. Don't worry about the emojis. We'll do emojis, don't you worry. 3, 2, 1, go. Go, go, go. It's happening. All right, so we need a green. Or maybe we get a bit of that background. So we're kicking it off. Just throwing down shapes. I was really, I almost went and got like some new brushes for oil painting the other day, which is not out of the question by any means, because I would like to, because all these principles, like I really want to show and even prove it to myself that all these principles, the principles of light, color, style, like whatever I've done, I want to see how I can translate it into more traditional stuff. I've been sketching a little bit more in real life. And I think as well from not a commercial standpoint, but just from like an interest standpoint, there's going to be like a renaissance of like traditional work as well. Not like there isn't, like I love traditional work, but it's just like there's a lot of, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm in my own little bubble, so I don't really like follow too much of what's going on outside. I feel like doing traditional stuff, so that's what I'm gonna do. All right, we need to bump up this saturation. So here, so I've got the perspective of, but I'm not even thinking about the perspective necessarily. I'm just saying, oh look, there's a triangle road. You know, nothing, I'm not thinking about it like a crazy amount. And I mean, yeah, this could be done in gouache, this could be done in watercolor and whatever you want. All right, let's squint down. Let's get some yellow into these, some color variation into these grassy fields. These need to be lighter for sure. This is a very chilled start to the stream. I quite like it. Just easing into it. The music is helping for the chilled vibes. I've chosen another random playlist. Now let's add some, just a little bit of variation on this road here. Right, because I don't just want it to be, like I'm just going to make shit up basically. Sounds like a loading screen. Add a little bit, let's desaturate it even more, add some of these hue shifts. Now, as it goes into the background, maybe the shapes are a little bit smaller, I don't know. I'm experimenting. As it gets closer, maybe it gets a tad bit darker, we will see. All right, now, new layer. We're doing the car now, we're doing the car. This little guy. Let's have a squeeze. Now I want to stylize it, right? I don't want to go like verbatim to the old. So I might just like, I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like a little bit skew-if. Like that. Maybe scale him down a bit. Could even, like, nothing wrong with using like the warp tools or anything. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let's just see if we can do this all as one shape, and then we can use this as like a clipping mask, right? Everything's like really desaturated at the moment, which isn't the funnest thing in the world. But let's have a look at these negative shapes. Bam, 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 bam. I've also been really interested into doing more mech stuff as well, so this is going to help a little bit. All right, so I'm just going to use this as a mask for this layer. Now, light, shadow, fun stuff. Where's the front of this car? It's like a little, oh, where's my, oh, I'm still in the mask layer, idiot. Where? Hold the phone. What am I doing wrong? What on earth am I doing wrong? Let's start again. Let's start that over, new layer, thank you. Select that shape. Give me the mask, please. And then let's just, I'm doing something stupid. Oh, because I'm on the same color, idiot. Okay. Now, let's keep going. What time have we got? Shit, 8 minutes. All right, let's see what we can get in 8 minutes. Bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, that front edge is quite luminescent. All right, then we got the top, which might be just that little bit brighter, you know. Then we can add some of the dark accents. I'm just trying to like squish them into the shape that we've done. And this could be the same for like heads and everything and like more organic stuff. This is just a fun little exercise. I don't think I've done cars before on stream, which is kind of cool. All right. I'm not even sure if I really like the silhouette, to be perfectly honest, but look, we're doing it in no time at all, so that's fine. Now let's do some of these panel lines. These simple little maybe this is going to work, maybe it's not, maybe this is going to be a complete failure. You never bloody know. Actually, this I would like to slightly bump up the saturation here. See, some people might think that this is boring. And I don't blame you, but I really love this shit because it's a puzzle. I don't usually like puzzles, your traditional type of puzzles, but when I'm making the puzzle myself, I'm all for it. All right, so let's think about this. Now let's make the illusion that there's something on the inside of that. And do this. Now all of this, we might do another pass, like a timed pass at this, to get some of the more intricate little details feeling right. Now, I want to change the silhouette of this, but I can't. That's okay. You know what? Let's just merge it down. Who cares? Now we've got the base, now we can just go for it. All right, now we've got the back. Now we can cut in a little bit, so I'm seeing where there might be some sort of negative space. Oh, I might need to put the fan on. I'm freaking boiling in here. I'm nervous. Okay, so it's little things like this. You notice I'm keeping like zoomed out, like very, very zoomed out. It's little things like that that make things pop. Like the little shadows and bits and bobs that make it feel like it's somewhat realistic, right? We've also got some subtle panel lines here. Let's try this on a new layer. You know what, I might just be crazy and use a brush. How's that? We could even use, yeah, let's use the tools at our disposal. But it's not darker colour, I want screen. think. What's a good way to do this? What's a good way to do this? Because it's all one solid color, I wonder if I can just do this. Just go bam. No. Oh, that looks kind of cool though. Not what I was meaning to do, but yeah, okay, so I've just brightened that up just with the fill, whatever tool. Now I gotta think, there's gonna be all these like little lines, these real subtle little things, right? Just to show that it's not like a flat cardboard little car. There are things happening. And there are even a little darker. See, I just want to zoom in so bad right now. But I will not. One of these in between that, not the best, it's fine. And then we carry that through. Here. What time have we got? 2 minutes. So let's make this a little bit smaller. So this is all with shape, right? This is not any fancy brushwork, any dicking around with any of that stuff. Now, the center line of the car, we can play around with that. Now, even with really like dark lines here, so we've got this like, this quite dark center line, which we can throw in. That is still going to be affected by the light source. Actually, what I might do, I might do it this way. Bam, 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 bam. So, where this black line is sort of facing the light source, which is kind of like the blue sky, we can almost like tint it a little bit blue. Or cooler, you know. So it gives it even dimension, like at the very like minuscule scale. But it really like brings it. Kind of like that-ish. I think it could even be a little bit cooler, to be honest with you. 26 seconds. What have we got? What can we do in 26 seconds? No, I might just like tinker with this a little bit. Darken all this stuff down, you know. All the tires, because this is where none of that light is going to be coming through. And this is cool because this could be like a car for a character, you know. What character would suit this? Now it's very quite washed out, which is a shame. But it's fine. Alpha. Oh, I forgot what the alpha lock works. Cool, all right. Stop, put them down just for the moment. Yeah, actually, I'll stop. I'll turn off the auto tracking. There you go. Subtitles, your channel has helped me a lot. Thank you very much. My artist friends from Brazil recommend this channel to me. We love seeing your creation process. That's so cool. From Brazil, that's crazy. Duncan, it's nice working in shapes. Kind of does a perspective for you. Yeah, it really does. Agent Psycho, do you plan on more videos like the head on anytime soon, like for anatomy, maybe even weaving sculpting in there, having a walkthrough of how you visualize the anatomy and shapes would be dope. Definitely. I've got so much. There needs to be like 3 of me. But definitely, I want to weave the sculpting into there because I think it's pretty important for the way I think about stuff. Isaac, hola from Mexico. Great to have you, Isaac. Agent Psycho, very good idea. So sort of with the Peaky Blinders one, seeing how I break down all the simple shapes. Maxine, great to have you. Katie, this is Photoshop with the Filthy plugin. The link's in the description. Realm of Solo, happy birthday, and we've only been going for 20 minutes, maybe 15, so you're bang on time. Realm of Solo, question for the birthday. For the birthday person, what does the Asaro and Houston method, why does the Asaro and Houston methods work for you so well? What about those construction head methods click for you? Particularly Steve Houston's and Michael Hampton's methods is it basically, it's the corners of stuff, right? There was stuff that I could hold on to, like grasp in my head, because it wasn't like all smooth. It wasn't like a round surface to begin with, like the head. They like planed it out, is that there's like corners. Because once I can see corners, then I can see sort of perspective. I can think of it more as like boxy, so I can sort of move and manipulate things around, if that makes sense. Man, just catching up with chat quickly. Ah, Little Bit of Devil, thank you. That's gives you Studio Ghibli vibes. That is a massive compliment. Entering your 3rd decade in earnest. Ah, fantastic. Welcome to the 30 Club. British Giraffe, great to have you. Fergato, yeah, I'm looking at doing a tutorial on the Filthy plugin, definitely. Does Filthy plugin work with N1 Mac? 1000%. I'm using that right now. Cool, all right. Enough to chat. Let's see. Oh, you're kidding me. Hold on, I'm gonna go live on Instagram again. I'll show you what happened. Well, I don't know what happened. It just said Stylized art study. There we go. Art study. Study. What am I doing? Emoji. Very important. Public. Next. Okay, so I'll copy that. It's ridiculous. So if you are ever doing this and you're streaming on Instagram, do not resize, or try to avoid resizing the window, because it just booked itself. All right, I'm just turning the fan on. Oh. Okay, can you hear that? I hope not. If you can't, that'd be amazing. All right, we're back. So let's do maybe, I don't know, I'm just gonna tinker around with this for another, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, then we'll sort of get cracking with some more painting on this guy. Tor, just peep the drum kit. I'm a drummer, do you play? I do. I'm teaching myself. I'm not fantastic. I've only been doing it for like a year maybe, but like just very hobby-ish. But I've played the guitar since primary school. But I love the drums. I absolutely love the drums. Lisa, great to have you. Gonna be drawing along. So, what I want to do is change the music. And I want to darken some of these accents down, you know, like all in here. So this is what's going to make it pop. Use that beautiful little buzzword, make it pop. This is how you make it pop. You increase the contrast essentially. But then you can choose to like only increase the contrast in certain areas. So then again, it's completely up to you how you go about it. Learn the rules and then break those bad boys. Yeah, let's do that. Awesome. Nice. And this is so therapeutic. I love doing this. Hanging out on chat, fucking slinging some shapes around. Okay, so now you can see there's a little bit of a sort of back flap sort of thing there, and then we can just start to, oops, sorry, my apologies, Instagram. Fuck, I need like a producer to sort of this shit out. But I also enjoy figuring it out as well, so that's the worst thing that's happening, we're doing all right. See, so I've just sort of added that little, it's all just, I really think about this as sculpting. I'm going through and I'm sculpting these shapes, the under part of the little car, you know. And this could just as easily be like the side of a nose or underneath the brow, or underneath the brow, underneath the chin, like, it's so, once you start, at least once I start, I can only speak for myself, but once I started to really see how intertwined all these principles are, it's just like, we've opened the matrix. And I mean, even this similarity to, like, let's say these wheels, right? We can think about these wheels just like we would the iris or the pupil of the eye. So if we were to show you what I mean, a little trick I use for like the eye. Right, get that sphere going. Let's say we just want like an eye here. If I wanted to draw the iris and make that pupil look like it's sitting within the eye, I will set it back a little bit, you know? Same thing with the tire here. All right, so we've got the wheel. And the inner part of the tire, if you can imagine that, right? It's all connected, everything's connected. Simple shapes. Same thing, bam, 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 bam. Do you ever struggle getting cohesive design end notes creating a character? If so, how do you tackle that? Struggle getting cohesive design. I'm not sure what you mean, Realm of Solo. Could you reword that for me? Alfonso, welcome. Now this could be a time for me just to come in with the brush and just do some of these little thingamabobs. This is cool because it's like a different realm. I'm not used to this. I'm just doing very, very geometric stuff, which then could translate. Maybe we turn this guy a little bit mech. Maybe we make his arm, or maybe he's got some sort of mechanical thing on him, so we can practice this on a character. That could be cool. I like that. Yeah, let's do that. Getting cohesive design. Could you elaborate a little bit more on cohesive design? What do you mean by cohesive? Like, I know what the word cohesive means, but like cohesive design, I'm not sure. That's a little bit too vague for me to give an answer. I just might be stupid. So if you could like reword that for me, that'd be fantastic. Or give some more context on what you mean, like as an example of what you've gone through as a challenge. That could help me out a little bit. I heard one artist say, if you struggle with design, you don't have grasp of the story, but not sure that is actually actionable advice. That kind of means nothing to me. I don't know what they mean by that. If you struggle with design, like design of what? Like, I don't know, maybe in context it made sense. That could be, if you struggle with design, like, I don't know, design of what? What does that mean? Like, that's a very contextual thing to say. If you struggle with the design of the eye based on this particular character model sheet, then okay, consistency throughout. Yeah. A lot of it is really just trial and error, you know? And then it could come down to like shape language, like this boxy car, for example. He kind of looks like he's actually got a flat tire, which I like that. Like, I might not, for example, put circular, like light, like circular, like whatever you call them, side lights on it. But I might, because there is, you've got the circles of the tires, you've got the circles of the headlights, so maybe that would fit. Maybe that's fine. So I think it's a lot of trial and error. But yeah, I don't have a solid answer for you for that, I'm sorry. I think it would be more helpful, say, if we had a specific example, you know, like in front of us. What music you just can't get into? There are so many bands that are super overhyped that I just can't get into. I don't know. I'm finding more and more, for me at least, music is very situational. Whereas if I'm in a spot, or like I'm at a party or I'm at a whatever, and like something happened and it's like a wicked memory and that music was going on in the background, then I will like that music. And it's like connected to memories for me, whereas I might not have given it the time of day otherwise. Itch the 5, welcome. So now we're just getting it. Okay, I'm noodling away on this, but I'm having fun. But yeah, so this was a good bit of fun. Maybe we can even brighten this up in here a little bit. show a little bit of the interior. And this all comes down to values as well. I don't want this super dark. Maybe we just throw the wheel in there, or the steering wheel. Let's just do a quick little, something like that for the tires, because that'll annoy me. I mean, I could keep going on and on and on and on with this. Like I could cut in here to really like, cut in here, I do little cut-ins here. That's one thing that I've found as well, the actual silhouette can add a lot to your rendering as well, and like the believability of some of these shapes that we've made. So yeah, that's a cool little warm-up. Do you have a practice for iterating on your work and tweaking a design? I think that the trial and error part is hard because it's hard to iterate, which is probably more a lack of a visual library. I don't know if it's a lack of a visual library, maybe it's a lack of direction of what you want out of the piece. So that's where I might even grab inspiration. Like, what am I trying to achieve here? You know? What's the deal? What kind of vibe am I trying to get? Etc, etc. Mixter, you freaking legend. Great to have you. Really appreciate. What is this called? Like a top chat, a super chat? I feel so fucking old when I ask these questions. The donation. Really appreciate you, Mixter. Is there any question that you would like? Because you're an absolute freaking legend with these donations. Like, is there anything in particular that I can help with you? Is there any value I could give you or offer you for your kindness? Brian White, brother, do you have any formal training such as schooling, or are you all self-taught? Also, how long have you been professionally making art? I've been drawing on and off for most of my life. 99.999% of my life, I've been drawing for fun. I've only been doing professional stuff, or quote-unquote professional stuff, like the last year and a half, maybe coming up to 2 years now, I think. And it's all been social media based. Schooling wise, I went to university for industrial design and I dropped out after about a year. And everything since that, I've either just taken once-off courses, like courses here and there, both online and in person, and just tried to figure out stuff myself. So even if someone's technically like gone the traditional route with art, I think they've still got to be self-taught because they've still got to do the thing. They've still got to figure stuff out on their own. But yeah, so that's sort of like the abridged version of my background. And yeah, the last like year or so, I've been getting into sculpting, like traditionally. But yeah, I've kind of come into this like industry in a weird way. Through the back door, that's how I sort of put it. This is bloody fun. I enjoy doing this car stuff. I'm gonna do some more car stuff. I like this. And like adding characters to it. This is sick. I'm not saying like this is like this, I'm like, oh, look at me. No, it's like very satisfying to like piece together the little blocks of value, but still in kind of like a stylized way. All right, we've been probably going a little bit too long on this. Young word. I notice when you start to draw, you don't typically start with the standard circle for the head, oval for the ribs, etc. It's so random how you start. How did you get to this point? Okay, this is why sometimes I think time lapses and just observation, there are downsides to that and there are upsides to it. The downsides are that you don't know what's going on in my head. You don't know what I'm necessarily thinking about. I might be thinking about that circle or that oval for the rib cage, but I have a shorthand that I've developed. Like for example, let's say, I don't know. Like if I'm drawing a head, right? Some people might start with this, well, some people might start with the right layer. Some people might start with like the circle for the head. And then they sort of come down here, which is valid. Like there's no right or wrong way for any of this stuff, right? And then they might get the center line, right? But I might, instead of drawing that inner circle, I might just go bam, bam, if that makes sense. And then I go bam, bam, because I can already imagine the spheriness of this, right? But I can end up in a similar place. So that's something just to keep in mind when you're watching others work, is they might be doing all this work in their head, you know, like really planning it all out, whereas I might just go bam with the ear instead of trying to get it just right and then do all the little lines. But that's just from practice. That's not because I'm better than anyone or anything like that. It's just practice. And so, yeah, I hope that makes sense. Like that, I don't know if I've articulated that super well, but like some people might come in and like really like nail that sort of like mask of the face and make sure they've got the nose. But then instead I might just go bam, bam, nose there, eye, cool. And then I might even put the iris in first before anything. So I'm doing like things out of order, quote unquote, but that's just from understanding stuff a little bit as I've sort of gone on. Right, and that's the same thing with like if you're watching people like Kim Jong-gi, where it's just like lines and it just happens, you know, he'll just like draw and then he'll like do this and you're like, what's he gonna do here? He's like, oh, that's glasses, okay. All right, and then he's going, oh, now it's the nose. And then it's, oh, okay, what's the, okay, well, where is all this coming from? You know? And he said this, like on one of my first videos that I did. That's one of the things, and one of the key things that I picked up on is, there was an interview with him and he said, it's a shame that you can't see the invisible lines that I see, or something to that sort of nature, right? Because he says that every like shape that he puts down is building on top of one another. So if I put down this neck shape is going to indicate where the bottom of that neck connects to the sort of chest, right? But instead of doing this little like guide here, maybe I just actually draw the collar of the shirt, you know? But the use for it is still the same. But yeah, anyway, got me off on a tangent. Very interesting topic, figuring that out. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. That's how I think about it. Lisa, I'm actually working on a little comic myself. Oh, Realm of Solo. Absolute legend. Thank you, my friend. Mixter, you answer most of my questions during your stream, so I'm just here learning from I appreciate you, Mixed. Scruffsy, what's your least favourite trope in books and movies? I have to think about that. I'm not sure. Does not using guidelines make me arts perma-beg? Lunatic Lemon. I'm not sure what that means, what that sentence is, but if you can reword that for me, that'd be wicked. All right, let's get going with this guy. Let's just start figuring out some things here. I might, so we've drawn this one. How could we, maybe he has like a mechanical arm or something here. I wonder. I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna play and hang out. Before I do, I'm just gonna have a quick 2-minute break. And then we'll get stuck back into it. Back in, let's say 5. All right. No one had my back. Still have my mic on. I need to trust you guys. You need to help me out. Whoop. All right. I'll be back. Something fell. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Can you guys hear the fan and stuff? Young word. Sal Z, what are some of the negative experiences you've faced by being a digital artist on social media, like scammers, haters, or bad companies? There's just dickheads. But there's really not that many of them. But because there's not that many of them, when they come around, they stand out. But I don't really give. That's like the worst thing that I've encountered. Just fucking idiots. And that's about it. Yeah, I've been pretty lucky so far. Lisa GS. It's going to be so what fell? Oh, that. Yeah, I know why that happened. Sometimes when that falls over all the freaking time. It's not very stable. But did a ghost knock it over? Who knows? I'll have to look at the footage. Lisa G, you're working on a comic. That's exciting. Can you tell us more? Is it traditional comic layout or so it's a traditional comic layout, and it's going to be physical. And it's going to ship with plain Jane, which I'm very excited about. Oh, all right, before we get stuck into that, I want to show you guys what I've been working on. Can I duplicate this scene and add? Okay, so Instagram should be able to see this, and you guys on. All right, we've got walking around cam. So can you guys still hear me? Testing, testing. All right. So when I got this guy, so this is an art printer specifically. It's like fancy pants. So I'm gonna be doing art prints. Sick. I've been working on packaging. It's not gonna be this blue, right? This is just testing out, like using patterns like this to sort of keep her secure when she's being shipped. I've also been playing with this sort of stuff. Certificates of authenticity, like other little things to sort of maybe like a tag that sort of goes around her or something. I don't know, I've been playing around. So this is what I've been doing the last week. Since we've last spoken. So when I start shipping them, I'm going to do like a little, almost like a cooking show. It's going to be streamed, and I'm going to be like making the plain Janes, because I've got to mix the resins, create it, ship it, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to be doing that kind of stuff on stream as well. So it's going to be a little bit of a different vibe. Also, how long have you had that drawing tablet for? A very long time. A good few years now. I also found, whereas I don't know, I was talking about, let's get the iPhone back. Where I was talking about those comic books. We got them, baby. All the ones. Now, it was fascinating looking back at these of where, like, quote unquote, my stylization, like my love for stylization came from. These were my favorite Spider-Man books when I was like, I don't know, 12, 13, before that even. And look, they're not like, they're like stylized as shit. Like, look at the hands. Those hands look familiar. It didn't even click for me. You know? Like, even the way the head, like, it's weird how, looking back on it, how it actually, how much it like influenced. So these are my absolute favorite comics. So look, it was cool. I thought I'd sort of get them and show you guys the real deals. And I'll be using them for like inspiration for actually comic stuff I'm making as well. Oh. Sazzy, there's a lot of love and care in that package, 1000%. Fabian, I see you, my friend. All right, is plain Jane your take on simplification? Yeah, 1000%. That's, yeah, and I also, the reason I wanted to do it, to make one, and like even start sculpting in the first place, was to help with my 2D work. I love the idea of maquettes. Like, you've probably seen like Aaron Blazer's maquettes and like Disney maquettes. Like, they used it for, the animators used them to understand the 2D animations in 3D form. And I thought that was so freaking cool, and like why there wasn't like so many more out there. And yeah, I was like, fuck, all right, why don't I just do it myself? So yeah, now we're hopefully in the next few weeks going into full production mode. But yeah, the comic I'm working on is going to be almost like a real life sketch note that will go along with plain Jane as well. So when you get her, you get a plain Jane only physical sketch note, which I think will be pretty cool. All right, how do we make this guy mech? That is the question. Let's figure it out. Where am I? I really don't like what fucking Photoshop's done with their new stuff. How it is like bounding box stuff, I don't know, it's very annoying. What's going on? Alright. So let's tweak this guy. I think it would be cool to have him have a little, like maybe an arm or a knee or something. So it's not fully like a mech dude, like a full suit, but just like a part of, maybe he's had like an arm replacement or something. And we can use the principles that we've learned from this little test to throw it on top of him. So let us play. Maybe the bone, like last stream we did the skeleton. Maybe that can play into it somehow. I don't know. Could do, or not. All right, let's think about this. Yeah, maybe his whole arm is like a mech sort of deal. Just for fun. No other reason. There's no real story to it. We can make that up. This is just an idea, essentially. And it might be stupid. Oh, wrong cup. Chris, welcome. Lisa, I love the Daredevil comics. Daredevil is one of my favorites. I'm really going to draw him someday. It's like, yeah, when you're younger, it's like that, you get your favorites. Spider-Man for me was my favorite. I remember going to the news agency and like looking for it and like seeing it and be like, yeah, and then like ordering them. It was wicked. The whole experience of that was awesome. Give him a robot chicken leg, Reese. That's not a terrible idea, having the chicken in there somehow. I don't mind that. But what we could do is, you know how we're doing like the chicken, like tattoo, we could have like a chicken decal on here or something as well, which could be funny. Realm of Solo, where do I pre-order? That's what I've got to sort out. I've got to sort out the website for pre-orders and that kind of thing, but that'll be coming in the next few weeks. So I'll be, yeah, everyone will know where you can pre-order. All right, so maybe it could be like, what happened to this guy? Maybe his last two fingers or something are mechanical. So it sort of is half a glove slash, you know, so there's a little bit of a connection there. It's like, okay, something happened. Something's happening with Photoshop right now, fuck. Okay, and we're back. So now we can, nothing fucks your flow up. Nothing enables you to get into flow and fucks it up all at the same time on Photoshop. But it's user error, it's me, I'm the issue. Let's just start throwing in shapes, I think. That could be a fun way to do it. So yeah, so he's got maybe two, and we can like dig it in and out, and that should, let's go underneath that. There we go. So we've got something happening. Something to draw on top of. Hey Ben, are those post-it notes reminders for drawing? No. While that would probably be a good idea, it's all editing. Like principles like and then. So for example, with store, like the guys from South Park, the two creators of South Park had a little, they did like a thing at a university, and they said when it comes to story, if you have something happen and then something else happens and then another thing happens, that sucks. That's just like your story shit. But what you can do is you can say this thing happened, and therefore this other thing happened. And because of this, then that happened, and the outcome of this was, so it's all connected instead of just like this thing happened, this thing happened. It's all sort of like cause and effect sort of stuff, which is, I've just got all these little reminders as I'm trying to learn and get better at story stuff. Story, the roosters on Mars aren't real roosters, they're more like bulls with wings. Old man, red was the best. I like it. I like it. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's get to drawing. That's what we're trying to do here. Why? We need layer, that's why. Alright, so I can imagine, and this is where I might get like a reference, you know, so it's not super generic. Get sort of a bunch of different ideas. You know what, let's do that. I've got a mech board. Mech designs, there we go. So I like this kind of thing. That reminds me a lot of Portal. So we can have like at the joint here, maybe something connected like that. Are you listening to reggaeton? No, this is just a random playlist. I don't think that was reggae. But I do love me a bit of that as well. Realm of Solo, not all my boards. I have to pull a finger out and make them public. So this is how I'd sort of study like how would I want this shoulder to connect? This is the issue I'm trying to, or the challenge I'm trying to solve right now. Here, like I like how it's kind of got this kind of cut out. So I've got to also think how it would actually work. So maybe we come down here. Like that maybe. To allow for like twisting of the arm. The way you took one glance and just started drawing the covenant. Appreciate you, Ram. Yeah, it's just, if you could, this is what I'm thinking about, breaking it all down. What's the, because there's no reason why you, like I've spent so long being concerned about, oh, what if this doesn't look right? What if this doesn't look right? Etc, etc. It's just like, oh, just try it. It doesn't look right. There's an eraser for a reason. Maybe your shirt sort of comes through there a little bit. Maybe he's got like a little USB-C like plug there, I don't know. Has that kind of deal, and maybe this is sort of like layered under here, so then you've got again like the wheel sort of stuff. We can do something similar here maybe. There's like a cool little thing, I don't know. Don't ask me, I'm only drawing it. So it's like as you start adding those little intricacies, it starts to get clearer and clearer. Maybe there's like a split down here as well. Maybe this juts up a little bit to account for like the deltoid muscle. Sorry, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just values, black and white, works in black and white, then it will work in color. So maybe this is, so we're really just playing with shapes right now. Now the connection into his body is going to be interesting, right? Christian Nee is in the building. I'd appreciate it if everyone dropped what they're doing and go and follow this man in chat, Christian Nee. He's got a wicked, coming out with wicked YouTube videos. He also has a massive backlog of fantastic podcasts with some of the artists that you love. So go and subscribe to that man. I'll wait for you. So maybe this is a joint as well in here. I don't know. Probably doesn't make much sense, but neither does a chicken standing on top of this guy's head and he's got this full neck arm. It is what it is. I've been really enjoying like playing around with neck stuff, just like in my free time, like trying to figure it out. Yeah, Realm of Solo. Value studies are the bomb.com. Ugh, what did I even say? I've got to. I stopped myself saying something. Because I don't want to be swearing like a sailor all the time. Sometimes I can't help it. There you go, now we're popping, now it's popping more. Some of these whisper lines. Maybe you've got some sort of whatever thing here. I don't know why you drawing a robotic arm reminds me of Transformers. I have the strange urge to draw some Transformers now. I can tell you exactly why it reminds you of Transformers, because that's all Transformers are. But it's very fun. I think it's great practice as well, actually, for like perspective and whatever. I haven't looked at Jake Parker's stuff. I should. Fatalem, if you like this brush, it's free on my Gumroad, if you want to go check it out. Miss Gia V, as a fellow Australian, it doesn't even register to me when you swear. Oh, fantastic. Well, great to have a fellow Australian in chat. Fuck yeah. But yeah, in coming streams, I'm going to get people, some of my mates I've met online, to sort of hop in on Discord chat and just have a conversation. And just like hang out, really. And they might stream at the same time and you can sort of hop back and forth between their streams, see what they're working on. I reckon that'd be cool. I'm excited to give that a shot, maybe next week actually. Might even get Christian on if he's about the place. Just to hang out, chat. Go back and forth with chat. Now one thing with inking I've been finding as well is doing these like negative strokes in the darkest darks helps when things get a little bit lost. Realm of Sailor, I was a sailor, so don't bother me now. Oh, very cool. That'd be so dope. Yeah, I hope so. So it's like anyone can, like any one of my mates, that it's kind of like open. It's like whoever pops into Discord chat, it is sort of open playing field, you know? It's like who's gonna hop in today? You never know. I think that could be kind of fun. I think we can start whacking some value on this guy. Maybe you can have like, I really like these accents on this guy here. thinking, mate, I'll leave that for later. Sorry, I'm talking to myself in my head. Let's think about this. So we have the light source coming down this way. Right, we've got to take that into account with this mech thing, the chute. So probably a lot of it will actually be in shadow. We could even lighten and brighten this up. I might like it white, so then I can dirty it up later. Let us actually remove this. So I'm using the same brush, just taking the whatever it is. I do want shape dynamics, but I don't want the pen pressure. I want the tilt, so then we can get that like flat. Sort of thing going on, if you know what I mean. CBR, have you already, or could you do a video on rendering and painting? First stream of yours for me. Love your channel. Thank you so much, CBR. My latest video has a little bit on rendering, but nothing super in depth yet. That shall be to come. Realm of Solo, appreciate you. I do have a Gumroad tutorial that you can check out as well. Good one. I forget to say stuff like that as well. Sometimes I forget that my livelihood right now, I forget to market it. But yeah, like if you like my free stuff, I think you'd enjoy the Gumroad tutorial. I think you get something out of it for sure. I think we could actually what am I trying to do? Let's go multiply. No, let's just merge. Then darken it all down. Or darken the shadows, that's what I want to darken down. Now, because it's white, we're going to pick up, let's actually, do I have that background that I had in here? Yeah, just that grey background is going to help a little bit. So let's have a look here. Whoa. So we're going to have the blue sky, like we decided that the sky is blue. We didn't, in this scene, the sky is blue, so This is probably going to have a little bit brighter because it's sort of facing the sky. And maybe these ones. So I'm just really thinking about these values. Oh, I feel like this is kind of fitting, this music for this guy. Yeah, I like it. Maybe that's another thing, as we sort of develop different characters and we give them a soundtrack as we're working on them. I was just thinking that mixed up. Tim Tam Tome. I've been helping my wife learn how to draw and we watch her videos together to help learn shapes and character design. That's awesome. That's so cool. Tim Tam Tom. Would you happen to be Australian? With Tim Tam in your name? I don't know. It's a bit of a stretch, you never know. The robot arm is looking dope. Thank you, Lisa. AJ Barrow, great to have you. Yeah, it does look like a Star Wars droid. We could give it that kind of just really quickly, just to test it out. See, this is a fun part of doing it with you guys because I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool, good idea. Blah, 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 blah. Otherwise, I'd just be cool. Did anyone see it? No. Alright. So now it's that like droid, old school, off-white sort of colour. Yeah, I like that. Good call, Mixter. Realm of Solo, I'm working on a full course where I'll do stuff like that. Definitely. AJ Barrow, how would you explain the multiply layer to a classical media artist, assume they have no notion of Photoshop? It's a dark wash, I would say. The multiply layer is a dark wash because I use it mainly for shadows. Just an endless void. I appreciate you popping in. Thank you so much for the kind words. Let us add some skylight. Also got to take that into account, so just because the thing is one color doesn't mean that it has to be explicitly all that color, you know what I mean? It's got to be very dependent on where they are. So you can see a little bit of that bluey stuff. That bluey stuff being the sun, the sky. Super, how you doing my friend? How's the game stuff going? Tim Tam. No, but a lot of my friends are. Oh, nice one. They make fun of me for it all the time. Oh, what, the Tim Tam one? Old man read the cockatrice regular from Mars. He grew up in Ohio, Rojo, the second largest ranch on Mars. Look at you. I always found the blend modes easier to understand when you talk about the math. That is fascinating. Talk to me about the math, Super. I don't know the math, but that sounds very interesting. Because I like to, generally speaking, I like to understand the reason why things work versus just be like, oh, it works like this and just do that. That's why I hate tutorials like that where I click this button, and then this happens without much context at all. It's really frustrating to me. Nothing against the people like that do the tutorial, but it's fucking annoying. Started working on the menus, got armor swapping working, and I added an enemy new video this week. Everyone go check out Super's YouTube channel if you want to get some great devlog updates, game development, all that fun stuff. Highly recommend it. It's fascinating, that stuff. Just slowly seeing it come to life is wicked. All right, let's see if we can make this look a little bit more interesting. Yeah, let's get some of these decals going. Like, is he a part of some sort of, I don't know, something? Maybe this isn't as like clean cut. Like maybe he's got stickers and shit all over it. Maybe he's got like a sticker. Ah, yeah. So I'm just going to do the base. Color of that white sticker. The math for multiplier is each colored channel can be represented as a decimal from 0 to 1, okay? When you multiply these numbers together, they multiply 1 by, and it becomes 0.5. Ah. Roll of solo, that's what I was thinking as well. Super, if you multiply white plus red, you get red. Interesting, because the blue and green channels are 0. Fat, yep, that makes sense. Huh. You learn something new every day, don't you? Sometimes you don't. But today I did. Oh, that's annoying. Alpha lock that one. Okay, so then we come and do that again. Then we come here. A little bit brighter because it's in the sun. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool. Now it looks like there's something actually on the thing. And then we can even Go multiply here and then make it look like there is a little bit of a lip to the sticker itself, so it's actually raised. And this is going way too into detail, but it is what it is. Now what's on the sticker? I think something chicken inspired. Maybe it's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's like KFC or something. That could. Screen is add, so you add the values, divide is divide. But I don't know what happens when you divide by black. Yeah, rodeo clownish, I like that. What's the KFC logo? Let's see. They've just rebranded, haven't they? Or they have in Australia. Let's see, we could just do a little indication of that. Why can't I see this on here? Because I'm underneath it. So that's why. Or maybe do like the old school logo. I made it hard for myself with this little. And then just an indication of old mate thingamajig's face. It's going to be so small. Oh, that kind of looks like shit. Oh, well, we'll just do a placeholder for now. There is a sticker there. Agent Psycho. I like that. You should maybe do little like marks resembling different dips for chicken. Each sauce is a knock for a wild. Super, yeah, new mic. Got this guy. Different as in good or different as in bad? Do I need to change a little bit? Okay, now let's finesse the surface of this a little bit with straight up painting. So we've got, let's get rid of the sticker just for now. We can do that later. See, does that hold up? Yeah, it's looking 3D-ish. So we could even color. Some of this as well, so we tint it. So it's not just 1000% black. Or we do that where it's the sun's coming in the brightest. Who knows? So like here maybe, here, here, here. Oh, I don't know. All right, let's clean this up. Is the only Wrangler with a ghost pepper decal, you know what that means? No, I don't. Might need to tweak it more, but I think it's an upgrade. Gone are the days of quiet been too far. Fantastic. That's, yeah. A lot of the tweaking is going to be, actually I think I might be clipping. That might be a little bit better. Yeah, I might be clipping a little bit. Pop, pop, pop. Okay. Matrice, great to have you. So now we're just painting. I mean, you can see that. You didn't need me to tell you that, but I'm not concerned with layer modes or anything like that. Sometimes it's just easier for me to get in there and just go for it, you know? So now, just that little tweak there shows that this is in front of that, just that little shadow. Have this have a smoother transition. Oh, I thought I was good before? Okay, cool. I was technically clipping, I think. Matrice. What are you doing up in the middle of the night? Agent Psycho, I like the idea that he is like has a little storage area inside and a drawer pops out that box area above the red marks, like a built-in air fryer. I like that. So he can like have just chicken nuggets. I don't hate that idea. That's pretty cool. Maybe this part here. oven. Like a little microwave. There's a little bit too much going on here. Maybe we simplify it. Maybe this actually notches up just a tad, like there, something like that, and then you've got a little handle, like a notch underneath there that flips it up. Maybe, I don't know. Then there's like exhaust vents. All along there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, we'll play with that. I like that. Fatalem, can you make a video about color and shading in the future? I certainly can. You have a 98 out of 100 opacity. It feels so much more transparent. Is it pressure dependent? Yes, Matrice, it is. Realm, they say he made the run during the worst sandstorm in Mars history. A madman, maybe? Dude, look at you go. I gotta come back and get some ideas from the chat. Agent Psycho, yeah, you can keep his little nuggies warm and smoky. That's it, that's what I was thinking. Maybe he works for KFC in the future. And that's like one of the perks. While he's out wrangling these like monster-sized chickens. And maybe there's like an indicator on the side here of like if it's ready or not. Future KFC's motto is a chicken in every pot and a nuggies in every prosthetic oven. They would do something like that. They did make a video game console with a deep... They did? Oh my God. This is Sanders in an alternate universe where he is slightly younger and the world is futuristic, like in Back to the Future when they travel. Yep, I like it. I like that vibe. Yeah, I like the half futuristic, half not kind of vibe to stuff. Oh, music stopped. Let's have a look. Into the KFC. Matrice, would love to see your interpretation of Disco Elysium or Dishonored characters, a certain vibe. That could be cool. Fregate ARG, you can, the viewer that is an oven of sorts with the yellow and black triangle with fire inside. Ah, tell the viewer, I like that. I like that. Some sort of decal. Just getting the base shapes down to begin with. Figure out what this shape is. Where does it start? Where does it stop? Maybe it comes like that. Yeah, that feels a bit better. So it sort of like scoops. So it's quite old school feeling to it. So it's not super sleek. I'm really just playing now. Maybe there's like controls here, like the buttons for controlling the temperature and whatever. Something to take into account as well, there will be a lot of reflected light coming from here as well, so we can increase the brightness and have some of that reflect back. So then that starts to look a little bit more realistic. Oh, to put the F in KFC. That's not a bad idea. Try developing some, yeah, that's weird, man. Air fryer console. Lyris, a MAGA geek, love from Brazil. Thank you for popping in, Lyris. So now I'm playing with the reflected light. This is where stuff becomes fun and tricky. Freaky. Arnaldo from Brazil as well. So if we zoom out, how is that feeling? It's feeling like it's sitting in the scene, right? It's not looking too out of place. Andre, do you have any other drawing style? I can't keep doing just one style. I want to try everything. Do it. I highly recommend it, Andre. Yeah, I can, like, it's realistic. I've been trying a little bit more comic book anime-y style on my own time recently. Experiment. That's what I want to keep doing. And I reckon you should too. If you feel like you want to try something new, go for it, my friend. Henderson NV, first class. What's going on, man? Uday, good morning. Maybe there's like an intense, like specular highlight here, where that sun is sort of coming through. Let's clean up the arm a little bit. So this is all just painting straight up on one layer. I'm not too concerned with getting it perfect. We're really just playing here. I think, or do we want to, maybe I'll grab this stuff. I will do that. Do this. So then this is separate, but everything else is now merged. Why does it remove? Now we're all on one layer. Nice. This needs to go on top of that. That can go away. Cool. Cool. I think that works. Merge. Okay, everything's merged except for the decals. So that just makes it even easier to come through and just start playing with some of these shapes. Uday, that's a very, very tough question to answer. I'm sorry. How many days? I can't give you an answer to that. Nixon, do you have Photoshop brush on sale? The best sale there is. This one Photoshop brush I'm using right now is free on my Gumroad. Agent, you're going way detailed, my friend. I like it. So he's like a hustler. Bit of a shady character maybe, but he's got a good heart. I want to try out like more cut lines as well. Like, does this make sense? No, it doesn't. I don't like it. More old school now. I'll have to think about that. Agent, Uday, do you do live videos every day? No, every Monday, 10:30, 10:45 a.m. Australian Central Standard Time. Jeffrey, do you plan on streaming on Twitch or just prefer only on YouTube? I've got nothing against streaming on Twitch. It's just easier for me at the moment just to crack open YouTube. And for people to find me as well. I find on Twitch it'll be harder for people to find my stuff, but you never know. Definitely something that I want to play around with. But I think Twitch might have a slightly better streaming experience for the viewer, because that's all they do, right? That's their bread and butter. So you would hope so. Padre, Kentucky. I like it. Astro Panda, welcome, my friend. See that right there? That little line gave it thickness. Which then brings just a bit of believability to the material, which I like. Ah, Soren, okay. Indeed, man. So this is a KFC. I've done that before. I've gone to the Hungry Jack's and asked for a Big Mac. Accidentally, I went to Macca's and asked for a Whopper. Not being a dickhead, I was just like, oh shit, yeah, that's right. I haven't had fast food in a very, very long time. Oh, what, yeah, okay, yeah, Hungry Jack's. Hungry Jack's is, I think, the Australian equivalent of Burger King. Because they have Whoppers. Like they have the Whopper and Double Whopper and that kind of stuff. The Junior Whopper. The Flame Grilled Double Whopper. Only at Hungry Jack's. For my Australians out there, you'll know this. That man reminds me of my grandpa. That's cool. All right, might hang around for another 20 minutes. I've got some packaging design and printing to do. We've got to figure out how metallic this material is. Is it more matte? So it'll just be more of just like a soft little reflection of light. Maybe for comfort, there is like a little sort of connector sort of cushion underneath here. So it's not just all straight on. That might make sense. He's part of the cocktail. Oh, you live in the city that Burger King was founded in. Where was that? Faded car paint, I like that. Dude, man, who's the man your drawing supposed to be? Not a clue, my friend. Not a clue. Just having some fun. That's a sick idea. Super, I like that. So that's where we'll get some reference up. Definitely. Trying to get that illusion of the blue sky happening. So that sun, so that would actually block out quite a lot of that. So that would be in shadow, I think. Now let's make this feel like it is sitting in, like it's actually a thing. I don't know what I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Like it's got a lip to it. Ah, dude, man. You can't draw complicated things yet. That's the key word. If you can't, if that's what you want to do, you certainly can do that. Ah, there you go. Popeye from Popeye's Chicken. You never know. So here I'm just trying to get that indication, just that little bit of this thing poking out, a little bevel, whatever you want to call it. Owen, legend. Hopefully you get a lot out of it. Maybe that should actually follow the perspective of that, so it's kind of latched on somehow, I don't know. This is very fitting for him. I really don't know what I'm doing with this little section here. This is very fitting for him. I like it. But yeah, this definitely needs some like wear and tear. Let's just add some little scratches and dings and whatever. Yeah, dude, man, people have said that. LT Klutzy, do you not have headphones on while drawing to listen to music or podcast? Usually I do. If I'm on stream, I haven't quite figured out how to listen to, like it doesn't really matter because I'm sort of conversing and I'm listening, like I've got to listen to this stuff, like the royalty or the stuff that I pay for, the music I pay for. But usually, yeah, I listen to podcasts and songs and music and all that sort of stuff. Seliqua, hello, I can't believe I finally managed to be online on your stream. I love your art and your way of thinking. Thank you for everything. My absolute pleasure, and thank you for popping past. And for the kind words. Super Trooper, you missed it before. I've made big progress on Plain Jane. But yeah, earlier on in the stream, I've been getting the packaging all together, and I bought a new like art print quality printer, so I'll be doing my own art prints, which I'm freaking amped about. I would like to just get some of these hands a little bit. Maybe it's like that even. Daniel Valet. Darte? My apologies. I just popped in to say how much I love your style. You're also a sculptor? Yes. Yes, I am. I don't know if I call myself a sculptor, but I like sculpting. It's kind of giving me like C3PO vibes as well. This is kind of different from what I'd usually paint, that's for sure. But I'm bloody having a lot of fun with this guy. And this is kind of without much reference at all with the mech stuff. This is just sort of making it up as I go. Maybe next stream we really like dive in and try and see if we can finish this guy up. Agent Psycho is 2:30 a.m, 43, and I have a 9 a.m. start, so I'm going to have to vanish. Thanks for the stream, Ben. So happy I could attend my first one, Agent Psycho. Appreciate you popping in, and you go get some sleep. So, Liqua, I just can't figure out a time difference. In which time zone are you? I've checked there are 3 time zones in Australia. It's 5:44 in the morning by me. I'm in Australian Central Standard Time, South Australia. Marel Legal. I'm doing well. How you doing? Daniel Valet Duat. Dickheads. What is this? Please tell me why KFC is in the left side with chat. Because yeah, that's a very weird, without any previous context. So, the original sketch had this chicken on the top of his head, right? And then I drew this little car thing as a warm-up, and then I wanted to give some mech attributes to this guy. And then someone had a fantastic idea that this was like a little oven for like chicken nuggets and stuff. So I was like, maybe it works for KFC. So that is the progression, and why, because I was gonna have like the KFC logo on there. So yeah, that's a very good point, actually. Good call. All right, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Back in 2 minutes. All right. I'll be back.
Talking, it ain't nothing new. Tell them put it in my hand with no lip service. Oh, I been a man, bitch, I been working. Put it in my hand with no lip service. Oh, I been a man, got my wrist working. Ay, levitating only like a legend can. All my shit be slapping like 11 hands. Got them playing catch up, they in last place. Serving niggas dust like a drag race. Dummy think he winning, made me Ellen Mayo. I'm with my yellow bone mommy with color mayo. And while you on your way to clocking, on my way to Keiko's. I know that all you do is hate, that's all you had to say though. I give not a single fuck how you feel to be real. They been bluffing, they don't know just how it feel to be real. Pulling weight for the squad, winning at the tug of war. He ain't put you on no game, shawty. talking, it ain't nothing new. Tell them put it in my hand with no lip service. Oh, I been a man, bitch, I been working. Put it in my hand with no lip service. Oh, I been a man, got my wrist working.
All right. Let's have a look. We'll hang around for another, yeah, let's do another 15. I think it needs some lights, some sort of indication that it's on. Hey RG, what's happening? Welcome. Amy won South Australia, that is awesome. I do like South Australia. Adelaide's great, been here my whole life. Daniel, fantastic idea. That's a very, very, very good idea. Yeah, because like packaging is a whole new world for me, you know? Affordable 3D printing will be a breakthrough for artists and personal maquettes, hopefully, yeah. Yep. I agree. But there's also something to be said for like the physical sculpting as well, I think. And even like molding and casting and that kind of thing. Yeah, it's an interesting world. The physical space. All right, let's wrap it up with some indication that the arm is on and active. We could do it here maybe. But yeah, I've fallen in love with sorry, Daniel, try making heads by combining two different shapes, as in like a challenge sort of thing. Let's have this contrasting blue here maybe. That'll work. Smoothing on and see if I can hit that. try this. That's easier. No, apparently not. That'll, whatever. Jorge or George. Super Trooper confidence, Ben. Thank you. I need it. I like both. I've got a XP Pen tablet here, not sponsored. Actually got it given to me by a friend years ago. It has a screen on it. I don't typically use a screen. I'm not using a screen at the moment for the stream. I'm using it connected just to the desktop. But as I've started to do more like inking and like trying to figure out inking and more comic book style stuff, I do really enjoy seeing it as I'm like drawing on the screen, if that makes sense. That is very helpful. Nixon, it is the, what is it called? Long Skinny. It's free on my Gumroad. And I've just taken the size pen pressure off. Okay, so this is a light source now. We can, let's actually dull it down, but increase the saturation. But then we go over the top. See if we can't make this thing glow. Then maybe a little bit of the old color dodge. And a little bit of the old color dodge again, but like ever so slight. I don't love it, to be honest. Maybe that makes it a little bit more believable. Yeah. Vinicius, hi Ben, do you prefer coffee or tea? Depends on the time of day. In the morning I prefer coffee, if it's in the late evening I prefer tea. Would it be a nice peppermint or a chamomile? Solid capo. You've been modeling and sculpting in 3D for many years and haven't felt the need to have a graphic tablet. But now that I'm beginning your course and drawing more, was wondering, I'd honestly keep going with what you've got. I use this for like 99% of what I do. But it's really if you find that, yeah, I don't know. The iPad would probably be more worth it than a graphics tablet, I think, if you haven't got an iPad yet. Red and green lights for the oven, yes, good call. Paint needs to be more distressed, it does. I do have to head off in like 10 minutes. Let's do like distressed car paint. See what that's like. Yeah, so it's like rusted out sort of. I want images. Yeah, so it'd be all the corners here that get like dinged up. So maybe, actually, we could do a sneaky little thing. We could. So it keeps all the same lighting. We duplicate this, and maybe, oh, hey, stay out here. Layers, thank you. We've got the copy here now. Let's maybe have that as our like under material. That looks cool with the glow, but I don't like, no it doesn't, it really doesn't. But let's just use that as a mask to then like scratch away at. So if we've got like all these corners along here, maybe. See, this is the thing, I don't know how I would, what's the best way gonna be? All along here. I don't know how to distress stuff. Yeah, I'd have to really like study and do like layers and layers of like, yeah, like this kind of stuff. That's nice. That'd be something to go for. So maybe even way more. Like reds. Okay, so it's all at like the edges, right? So maybe all in here is like distressed, wearing. All on here. And then why is that green? Let's just do. Where's the orange? More orange, I guess. Yeah, okay. Then maybe we lighten it up a little bit there. Okay. Now we paint in. Siliqua, you've mentioned you were earlier into more realistic style. It would be interesting to look at some of your earlier works. I'm more into painterly realism myself, but I try to study stylization. Your art advice, a very helpful PS. Sorry for my English. Your English is perfect. I understood it perfectly. If you go further back into my Instagram, I've got a couple of things that I posted years ago. That are more on the realistic side. we're getting some distressed stuff happening. That's fun. Playing around with distressing things. I actually like this paint job here. It could have a little bit of that vibe to it as well, like the aqua. And I think this is too clean. Stress this one up. Oh, Wally would be fantastic. Star Wars has some good refs robots with chip paint. True, Wally would be good as well. My time zone is Australian Central Standard Time. I think, yeah. Let's have a look at distressed Star Wars robot. Let's see. Yeah, that is so. Yeah, like the BB-8. Yeah, you get that nice shine on it as well. Where's just a still? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go. All right, so it's all around, like, yeah, the edges a little bit. This sort of deal. Maybe even looking at this. I wonder if the oven should be its own separate color. No. Wrong. Might be a little bit too much going on. It might be, we might want to accent it a little bit versus maybe. I don't know, I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. There's some sort of pattern on there to show that it's like this little 3D thing popping out maybe. It's kind of all giving me well, it's the Fifth Element vibes. Like a danger symbol or something. There's like a flame. I don't know. Like danger hot, potentially.
Esos panties se leen en la uni pero en París. Ven a echarse un tete.
Yeah, I don't know.
Que tú quieres yo lo sé. Así pegadito y nasty.
I think it's too much, personally. But we tried it. Okay. I could just keep noodling away at this for a bloody month of Sundays. But I reckon we had some success. I really enjoyed doing this little car. I want to add some more cars and mechs and stuff into my design. So this was a good little fun warm up, and then we translated some of our learnings onto here. So now we've got a mech arm, and we're building out a story. It's got a little oven for his chicken nuggets. I like it. Cool, guys. Before we head off, a couple of things. benevelyn.com. Got to do this every time. Let's give you just the straight normal URL. benevelyn.com. You can get everything from this tutorial, the Gumroad tutorial. 8 hours, 10 chapters. You get. Oh, where am I? You get the videos, but you also get 3D models, photos of 3D models as well if you don't have Blender or you're a little bit cautious about that sort of stuff, just to learn some 3D. And you get a field guide as well. So a PDF field guide, 40 pages if you want sort of like a reference to go back to. I like reading stuff, it's just faster for me. So I think having both of those is what I would have wanted. Filthy plugin, the one that allowed me to fill in all these whatever you call it, the selections. It is this guy right here. No, No, it isn't. It's this guy right here. Right, it's the way that I could go, look, here. So I can just go bam, 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 bam. Do you want hue variation? Hold the phone. You've got hue variation. Look at that subtlety. You want a lot of hue variation. Bam, 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 bam. You got it, right? So that's a filthy plugin. Or you don't have to have any of that. You can just go straight up the same color, and then you manually choose what colors you want. So yeah, that link's in chat. Make now, think later. I'm going to be doing more of that this year. My podcast with Francis, the co-creator of the Filthy plugin. If you like business, the business of content creation, real numbers, real behind the scenes, what I'm working on, what Francis is working on. We love this game of like content creation. So we talk a lot about that stuff here. You can get it where podcasts, wherever podcasts are, you know, Spotify, all that good stuff. Plain Jane. Yeah, super. I'll show what I'm up to with Plain Jane quickly before we go. Let us. So, Plain Jane will be dropping soon. I'm still figuring out packaging. Still figuring out little things. The certificates of authenticity, signed, batch number, sculpt number, and the date. This isn't the final design of this. This is only a test, so stay tuned. And there's going to be, I'm working on a real life sketch note as well. So I can give you a little super sneak peek, maybe just of the front cover of what I'm thinking about. Was it be realm? It's not ready yet. I'm trying to. Can you see? Oh, maybe it's in InDesign. Fuck. That's all right. Yeah, I'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, so I think that's all my stuff. Keep an eye out for that. And what I'm going to be doing is when Plain Jane starts and when the print, I've also prints as well. They're not available yet, but they will be. This is a artist G clay quality printer. So there will be prints guaranteed. So I'm going to be doing it like a cooking show. I'm going to be walking around, like you're going to be seeing me, and we're going to be maybe doing just like a packing stream. So we're just like packing stuff, creating Plain Jane, because Plain Jane, for those that don't know, is made out of this stuff, right? It's resin using this mold, right? And then we've got these tools here. So you've got the compressor, you've got a pressure pot, and you've got a vacuum chamber. So there's like a whole process to it. So I'm thinking of sharing all that process. So it might just be like a chilled creation packing stream. So just like something different, separate to these streams. So can't wait to start playing around with that. So with that all said, thank you so much for popping in. Really appreciate it. We need to start doing some healthy stuff on stream as well. We need to start doing some squats in our break as well, so we get that habit back in 2024. That's what I'm talking about. so we get them the glutes going. But yeah, I've got to get working on this packaging, and I'm thinking about doing a limited edition print that will go to the first, I don't know, I'll figure out the number, but it's just going to be a limited edition print for Plain Jane as well. So I've got to figure that out. Lots to do. 2024 is the year of squats, that's right. I've got no ass. I've been squatting for so long, I cannot grow the thing. So maybe the stream squats will help me. Hack squats are great. They hurt so much. But with that said, I'm gonna get back to it. I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for popping in. Really appreciate it. I look forward to this each week. I hope this was interesting. Hope this was fun. I had fun. And I can't love food really quickly. It's an M1 MacBook Pro Max, maxed out. And it does work well with Blender, yes. Any last questions before we go? We're going once. We're going twice. The third and final time. All right. I'll catch you later, guys.